Okay lang yung ganito kasi pagka galing kayo ng work, pagod na yung isip nyo, di ba? Tama?
Yes
Yes.
po.
So at least pag first thing in the morning, fresh pa yung utak, kaya pang mag-absorb. Okay. So we are now in chapter 8, customer management. Okay. So I know you guys are good in customer service, so we'll go deep into this, dealing with customers. So let's get straight into the business. There are 4 key elements that influences customer behavior. Apat yan siya. So yung motivation, perception, and learning. So what is motivation? Motivation is something that is you feel. Okay, halimbawa gutom. So you wanna buy that kasi nagutom or you feel like buying it kasi gusto mong kumain or favorite mo yung food, that's your motivation in buying it. Okay? Pwede din namang perception. So, if you're going to take a look at the glass, Jerwin, can you describe the glass dito? Glass of, the glass of water.
It's a clear glass with water blue.
Miss Chanji, what
It's
can you say about the glass?
half full, ma'am.
Okay. How about Casey?
It's here.
Okay. Miss
Just
Judy?
glass with the water half full. Same thing, ma'am.
Same thing. How about Miss
Glass.
Judy?
Same, ma'am. Half full.
Okay. So, hindi nyo napansin yung brain doon sa gilid. Yung
Hindi.
glass lang naman, sabi mo siguro. Okay. Anyway, we look at things differently. Some people would look at the glass, some people would look at the water, some would look at the whole as it is. So, our brain are wired differently. So, a perception din. So, iba-iba. Ang perception is something like, kung minsan bibili ang customer kasi akala niya ganun yung product even though it's not true all the time. Pag learning naman, it's when you're going to learn something about the product bago nyo siya bibilhin. Okay? Bago bibili si customer, mag-iisip muna siya, aralin niyo muna kung saan galing yung product, sino yung ibebenta, okay ba siya, hindi ba siya scammer, etc. Okay? Or something like memory, yung naaalala niya yung something from the past, nostalgic, so bibili siya kasi naaalala niya yung maybe something related in the past. So, these are elements that influences customer behavior. So, that's why kung mapapansin ninyo, if may mga nagpo-post sa social media, naglalagay sila ng something nostalgic, and people likes it kasi in business you're selling emotions. You're trying to target emotions. So kasali yan doon sa kina-consider nila before they would sell a product, yung element of memory. Okay? Kaya nga nagkaroon ng hashtag na nostalgia. Okay? So, having said all these 4 key elements, itong mga elements na to, they would be called as psychological processes. Okay? And these psychological processes will add up with the consumer characteristics. Ano ba yung mga consumer characteristics? Like for example, kung ikaw ay vegan, ano ibig sabihin ng vegan?
Vegetarian.
Vegetarian. Okay. So, ang motivation mo is gutom ka and you are vegetarian. So, ano sa palagay nyo ang decision niya na bibili ng pagkain?
Vegetables.
Siyempre, bibili siya ng
Some
vegetables.
vegetables. Yeah.
Di ba? So, ganun yon. So, that's why it's important to know who our customers are. Okay? So, dapat meron tayong tracking kung anong klase ng customer meron tayo. Okay? Right. So, motivation is the first element, which is a psychological process added with the consumer characteristics. Then, magkakaroon ng decision for buying. So, that's number 1, motivation. Ano yung second one? Apat yun. So, you have
Perception.
Perception.
perception is also a psychological process. So, yung perception is about price and quality association. So, for example, pag bibili ka ng something made in China, ano naiisip natin?
Cheaper.
Low
Mm.
quality.
Pero
Low
hindi naman
quality.
totoo, di ba? Hindi naman lagi lahat. Okay. O kaya pag sinabing made in the Philippines, in terms of price and quality, what can you say?
The price is high. Kasi may tax.
Okay. So, actually, kapag ka it's individuality, no? So our perception towards price and quality sometimes, the general perception is that pag mataas yung presyo, mataas din yung quality. Pag mababa yung presyo at chipipay, mababa rin yung quality. Ganun yung perception. That's the general thinking. So you have a perception plus a consumer characteristics that thinking like that will make a decision. Syempre, hindi siya bibili ng something na mura kasi ang akala niya kapag mura, laging
Low
mababa yung
quality.
quality. Yes, which is not true all the time. Kasi may mga mura naman na maganda naman ng quality, di ba? Pero kung ganun ang perception niya, hindi siya talaga bibili ng mura. So, the perception has something to do with the consumer characteristics and the decision making when it comes to buying products. Okay? So, kung alam natin to, anong klase ng customer meron tayo, you can easily offer what they want and what they need. So, there is motivation plus characteristics. Then you have perception plus characteristics. Then we have the third one, which is,
Learning.
okay, learning is when a customer tries to make an informed decision. Ibig sabihin, hindi yan siya basta-basta bumibili ang customer. Customer would think of the conscious decision making like magbabasa muna siya ng online review. Ewan ko sa inyo before kayo nag-enroll kung nagbasa ba kayo ng mga online reviews ng ICSA.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes po.
nag-compare ba kayo ng specifications with other institution?
Yes,
Nag-check ba
ma'am.
kayo sa office? Okay, so ibig sabihin you are a customer or a consumer who makes informed choices and attitudes. So yun yung inyong consumer characteristics. So yung inyong informed choices, tapos nag-decide kayo to enroll. Yun. Okay? So ibig sabihin, kayo yung mga tipo na customer na hindi agad bibili or mag-indulge into something unless you have gone deep into it. Halimbawa, sa laptop na lang, kung bago kayo bibili ng laptop, hindi ka naman basta-basta bibili ng laptop, di ba? Titignan mo muna yung configuration, maganda ba yung quality, yung brand ba is okay, meron ba siyang, ang tawag doon, meron ba siyang, yung lifespan, ang tawag doon, bago nyo bibilihin, pwede nyo ipa-repair within a period. Warranty.
Warranty.
Mga ganyan. Kasi yung iba, hindi naman iniisip yun di ba? Basta maganda na lang or may pera, baka bili na lang. So, that's what we're trying to say here. Okay, and the fourth one is,
Memory.
okay, so pag may nakita kayo na something, halimbawa, yung laruan ninyo nung bata tayo, parang gusto mo bilhin, di ba? Kasi it reminds you of something in your childhood. May sentimental value, di ba? May sentimental value. So, some people would buy not actually because they are hungry or something, but it's like a sentimental value. So, it's always good to consider na ang mga buyers bumibili rin yan out of sentimental value. So, halimbawa, may pabango na niregalo ni ex, o kunyari lang, okay? Tapos nakita mo, ay, makabili nga, ang maalala ang mga makabagbag damdaming, mga ganun lang, na mga alaala, mga ganun lang. Pero not necessarily na gusto niya talaga yung perfume. No? So, something like that lang. Something that reminds us of maybe a place, diba? A person, or maybe a situation. Okay? So, yan, memory. So, naintindihan niyo for sure yung learning. Pero I don't know if you really understood how you can incorporate or understood from your point of view yung iba pang elements like motivation, okay, and perception as well as memory and all. So, may questions ba kayo on the 4 elements?
Wala po.
Clear ba? Okay, so mag-Q&A tayo. Start tayo kay Miss Michelle. Okay, Miss Michelle. Good morning. Naka-off ang camera ni Miss Michelle. Okay, sino gusto magbasa na lang?
What is the key element influencing consumer behavior? Best described when a consumer reads online reviews, compares specifications, and visits several stores to learn about different brands. Learning po.
Learning.
Okay, learning. Very good. Next.
What is the key element psychology price influencing consumer behavior and price?
Often associated with price and quality.
Perception.
Perception.
Yes, perception. Okay. Very good. Next.
What is the key elements of consumer behavior to make a person?
Motivation.
Motivation.
Magaling nga. Okay, next.
Processing nostalgia. Memory.
Memories.
Yes. Ewan ko lang kung...
Nostalgia.
Okay. So, so dapat perfect score na yan, ha? Sa quiz ninyo later. Okay. Madali lang naman, right? So, I hope... next one. May isa pa pala, oh.
Experiencing consumer, for example,
Hi po.
Researcher, bicycle,
Learning.
safety feature. Learning, ma'am. Learning.
Learning.
Safety.
Yes, learning. Okay.
Paano
Log si Michelle.
Naglalagi si
Tawag
Miss
niya.
Michelle.
Refresh niya lang yung...
Hindi kita maintindihan, Miss Michelle.
Ano?
Ayun na.
Hindi
Miss Michelle, chapi-chapi ka, chapi-chapi.
naririnig.
Maintindihan, Miss Michelle. Sige, i-refresh mo na lang muna siguro yung web page or whatever that is. Okay, let's move on. So, let's take a look at the approaches to analyzing the consumer behavior, no? The customer behavior. Okay, so itong customer behavior, once you know about their elements that affects their decision making when it comes to buying, kung makikita ninyo, this is actually using predictive analytics. Ano ba ibig sabihin ng predictive analytics? What do you think is predictive analytics? So you have to know this kasi if your client would ask you to manage their social media accounts, you should at least give some information about your suggestions. As we have learned, kailangan magbigay din tayo ng suggestion kay client so that mabawasan yung iniisip ng client. So you can say we can use predictive analytics. Ano ba ang predictive analytics? Are you saying something, Miss Dolly? Hindi kita marinig. Baka yung output din ng speaker mo. Hindi kita marinig, dear. Okay. Predictive analytics uses historical data tsaka magpo-forecast siya ng future behaviors. Okay? So, ganyan din sa data na lumalabas tungkol sa customers. You're going to use historical data to forecast future behaviors ng customers. Okay, according sa research ni Bain and Company, yung mga companies na gumagamit ng advanced analytics or predictive analytics, they are more likely to have 5 times more faster sa pagdi-decide kasi may basihan na sila ng decision making. Okay? Kesa dun sa competitors na hindi nagko-consider ng predictive analytics. So, merong according to the research of pwede nyo to i-research para you can read further kasi I will not go deep into this, but there's what you call a sensing, deciding, acting, and managing. And these are the tools that they use para sa predictive analytics, no? Hindi na ako mag-go into that, pero malamang your client might ask you to make a market research, which I'm gonna do it also and help you out. Medyo isisingit ko na lang siguro by next week. Kasi kukulangin tayo ng oras. Kung kaya pa, I will discuss market analytics so we can at least have an idea. Kasi baka pagawin kayo ng market research, then you should have at least an idea on how to do it, right? Okay. So, let's take a look at the theories related to consumer behavior. So, alam na natin yung elements. There are 4. Here we have theories. The number 1 is consumer theory. Okay? So, itong consumer theory is all about customers. And this is the basic idea of like when a customer goes to a supermarket, no? So, halimbawa, pupunta ka ng supermarket, tapos tingin dito, tingin doon. Okay? Then, naghahanap ka ng cooking oil, halimbawa. So, anong basihan mo? Bakit mo bibilihin yung cooking oil na yon? Bakit yung brand na yon?
Proven and tested.
Okay. What else?
The
Kung
price.
The
Nilalaman.
price.
Kung
Price,
gumagamit.
Quality. The
quality,
quality. Health-wise.
health-wise. So, those are all under preference, no? Merong isa, which is also about budget. Kasi, baka prefer mo yung, parang nagsha-shopping ka lang din, na gusto mo yun, pero nakita mo yung budget mo, hindi ka kasya. So, you would leave that product. So, the consumer theory says that the people will decide spending their money based on their preference at saka budget, which is true naman. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes
Yeah.
po.
So, syempre, check mo yung gusto mo at saka yung kung pasok sa budget. So, you're going to base your spending basing on
Preference.
Preference
your
and
money,
Preference
budget.
and budget.
preference
budget.
and budget. Kasi pag hindi mo sinunod yung budget, sira-sira ang
Budget.
Budget.
Inisip ko din.
Inisip. Sira-sira yung plano for the next month, di ba? O, yan. Okay, so syempre, i-allocate nyo rin kasi yung mga resources ninyo sa mga spending decisions. Ano ba yung mga ibang resources natin aside from money? Syempre yung time din at
Time.
saka yung effort. So the consumer theory talks about your preferences and your budget as well as your decisions allocating your resources, which are your time, money, and effort. So ito towards consumption-related items only, yung mga nakukonsume lang na mga items. Okay? So, yan yung consumer theory by Liberto. You can search this sa internet. Just look at the Liberto as this author. Hindi ko pa kasi ma-upload ngayon. Sabi ko nga yung lesson notes kasi hindi magkoconnect ang aking server. Okay? Questions on the consumer theory?
Clear, ma'am.
Okay. So again, the consumer theory focuses on understanding the preferences, budgets, constraints, at saka yung utility or yung paggamit ng resources sa different products and goods. Okay. So next, let's go to number 2. Second theory about consumer behavior, consumer expenditure, at saka yung income. Consumer expenditure and income model. So, ang customer or ang consumer, they would depend on something kapag bibili sila. And what does consumer expenditure and income model? May dalawang bagay dito. There are two things that are very important that you have to focus on number 2. What do you think are those? Basing on the title.
Your income.
Dalawang. Okay,
Your income.
And the other one is?
How much the
Expenditure.
income
Expenditure.
and expenses.
How much you
Yes.
expend.
Okay. Pero sabi ng model na to, ng theory na to, okay, yung relationship of your spending at saka yung income are actually related. Very, very correlated. So, ito is a foundational understanding of the economic indicator. So, dito sa baba, nakalagay dyan, as disposable income increases, the consumer expenditure also rises, although not proportionally. Ibig sabihin, pag yung income mo tumaas ng 10 KD halimbawa, hindi naman ibig sabihin na yung expenditure mo will also rise at exactly 10 KD. Pwedeng mag-rise lang siguro mga 2 or 3 KD. Alright? But what is a disposable income? Ano ba ang disposable income? Kasi obvious naman yung expenditure, alam na natin yun, yung expenses natin. But what about disposable income?
Bills.
Okay. According to Cambridge Dictionary, disposable income is money that
Money that someone has
has
left to spend.
left.
Ah,
Okay, yung naiwan after mo bayaran yung bills. Okay? Tsaka yung mga taxes. Ibig sabihin yung walang nakapangalan. Di ba? Yung walang nakapangalan kasi kapag nandyan na yung salary natin, ito para sa tuition fee, ito para sa pagkain ng mga bata, ito ganyan, dami-dami, okay? Ito sa rent, ito sa food. Tapos may matitira dyan which you don't have any label. So that's called the disposable income. Okay? So syempre, pag mataas yung sahod mo, na-cover na lahat yung mga expenditure mo, yung mga expenses mo, yung mga bills mo, So sabi dito sa theory na to is that if the disposable income increases, yung expenditure mo din daw ay nag-i-increase, although it's not proportionally. So sabi ko nga kanina, ang disposable income mo is yung matitira. So kapag mas maraming matitira, ay mas marami ka rin daw i-spend.
Totoo
Tama
po.
ba?
Opo.
Okay. So ang expenditure naman is of course the amount that a person or a government spends para sa mga household goods and services. So, clear na yon? So, sabi dyan, kapag mataas yung natitirang pera, mataas din daw yung expenditure. Okay. So, ang sabi ng theory na to is that the consumer expenditure and income model says that if the disposable income is increasing, ibig sabihin mas marami ka na save, meron ka ring mas maraming expenditure.
Expenditure.
But it's not always proportional. Ibig sabihin, hindi naman necessary na parehas. Halimbawa, nag-salary increase ka ng 10%, hindi rin necessary na 10% din yung i-increase ng expenditure mo. Okay? Yan. But both are actually going to influence the economy. 'Di ba? O halimbawa na lang pagka Christmas season, anong napapansin nyo sa exchange rate?
Bumaba po.
Ay,
Mababa.
Bakit?
Mababa.
Maraming nagpapadala.
Dahil
No, it's not maraming nagpapadala.
nagpapadala.
It's not maraming nagpapadala.
Economy, ma'am.
Bagsak economic
Because of
yan.
the
The economy is down.
economy is down. So,
Okay. No, it's not like
Increase,
that. Increase what?
Tumataas po yung value ng peso.
Bakit?
Kasi bumababa yung ekonomiya.
No.
Dahil maraming
Tumataas,
buyers.
tumataas.
Maraming what? Maraming?
Mga buyers.
Yes! Ibig sabihin, yung spending
High
capacity.
demand.
Yung spending capacity. Pag maraming, kasi bibili yan talaga sila, di ba? Kailangan nila gumastos. So pag gumagastos sila, mas nabuboost yung economy. So pag nagpapadala tayo, 'di ba yung pag Christmas season, mas marami silang gastos kasi may Christmas party si ganito, ganyan yung mga anak natin, ganyan. So nagkakaroon ng extra expenditure. Pero nakaka-boost yun ng economy. So ibig sabihin lang dito that the spending and the disposable incomes and expenditure will also affect the economy. Okay? So yun yung reason doon. Okay? So ngayon, pag may natira, sabi natin kanina, pag may natira na pera, you go out for coffee or
And or save.
mag-spend ka or
Magsisave.
save. Okay? So pagka ang choice mo is to spend it in the future, ang tawag doon ay if you retained it for future spending, hindi mo muna i-spend ngayon. Ang tawag doon ay,
Saving.
syempre,
Saving.
Investment.
Okay? Pwede ring investment. Okay? But anything that's for the future, that's called savings. Okay? Retained for future spending is saving. Pag in-spend mo na ngayon, napunta na siya doon sa disposable income mo. Okay? Pero pag sinave mo siya, hindi na siya disposable income. It's called now a
Savings.
savings.
Okay. Kayo ba may savings?
Ano po yun?
Wala.
Sana all.
Wale.
Sana all.
Ay, nako.
Wala.
Ayusin nyo ang life nyo.
Nang
Kailangan
resibo
merong
madami.
saving. Nako, kailangan may saving. Kahit yung hawak nyo lang, kailangan meron. Kasi mahirap. Kahit ano lang yan, kahit 1 KD lang per month. Pwede yan. Kaysa wala. 5 KD per month. Okay. Next, doon na tayo sa third. Consumer confidence and market competitiveness. Same thing with the second one. This also affects the economy greatly. So may dalawa ring bagay dito. We have the consumer confidence at saka yung market competitiveness. Okay. So dito, pag sinabing consumer confidence, what does it mean?
Reflects to
sinabi
the
ko,
overall
Economic
economic outlook.
Perspective of household.
Perspective of
Okay.
household.
Influencing their spending and
So,
saving behaviors.
Economic outlook yan, overall. Okay? So kapag ang high consumer confidence, pag sinabing high consumer confidence, ibig sabihin, they wanted to spend more. Okay? They wanted to spend more. So typically, it will lead to spending. Parang sa Christmas time, di ba? Or sa pag-Eid, ganyan. So nagkakaroon ng more spending. Kasi may confidence sila na may mga sale, ganyan. So they would increase the spending. Therefore, it will stimulate economic growth. Okay? So nakaka-affect yung consumer confidence. Kapag mataas ang consumer confidence, ibig sabihin more spending sila. Ibig sabihin it will stimulate economic growth. Okay? Tsaka yung isa naman is market competitiveness. So ito yung rivalry between businesses sa market. Di ba? So it will affect the price, quality, at saka innovation. So itong dalawang to, they will affect the economic growth of a certain area or country or place. Okay? Yun lang ang sinasabi dyan sa ano na yan. Both factors are going to affect the market dynamics. Okay? So ang keyword dyan is kapag high consumer confidence, increase spending. Okay? Ang keyword naman sa market competitiveness, kasi may competition. So the keyword is
Rivalry.
rivalry. Okay? Siyempre, pag may rivalry, magpa-price war. Have you heard of price war?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what it means there. So syempre, gagawa ka ng paraan. That's called innovation. So you can get more customers. Okay? Okay. The fourth one. Substitution and complementary theory. Ano mo tong substitution and complementary theory? So dalawa rin yung nandito. We have substitution at saka complementary. Okay. So may substitute at saka may complement. Okay? Okay. So dito sa theory na to, we have, sabi ko nga, substitute at saka may complement products, goods. So pakibasa nga. Anyone who wants to read it?
This theory explores how the demand for a good is affected by the price changes or related goods.
Okay, so yung demand is going to be affected by the price. Okay? Ano ibig sabihin yan? Pag mataas ang presyo, maraming demand or mababang demand?
Mababa ang demand.
Okay, that's a general rule. But in economics, after a certain period of time, it will fix itself. So, hindi naman porke ngayon ay bibili sila, kahit mataas pa yung presyo, may bibilhin pa rin in the future. It will automatically fix itself. Anyway, pag sinabi natin substitute goods, yung pwede mong i-take na goods pag wala yung isa. Okay, halimbawa na lang ito.
Alternative.
Pag nagmahal yung kape,
Magtsaa ka.
magtsaa, di ba?
Yes. You have to.
Pag biglang nagdoble yung presyo ng kape, ano ba
May
yan?
option.
Oh, may ibang option. Okay. So that's called substitute goods. So products that can replace other products. So, pag nag-increase yung price ng isa, magkakaroon ng increase ng demand doon sa
For the
isa.
other.
Oo. Halimbawa, nagtaas ang presyo ng kape, biglang tataas yung demand doon sa tsaa. Bakit? Kasi tumaas yung presyo ng isang product. So that's called the substitute goods. Goods that can replace each other. So para hindi na lang kayo mahilo pag substitute, replace. Okay? Kasi baka pag nag-analyze pa kayo ng increase in the price of the other will also increase the demand of the other. Baka mahilo na kayo later. Okay? Unless talaga mag-iisip kayo ng todong-todo. So basta pag substitute, replace. Okay? Oo. Tapos yung isa is si complementary goods. Kapag complementary goods, ito yung mga nako-consume together. So anong kinakain ninyo or iniinom ninyo together with coffee?
Coffee
Sugar.
Sugar.
Anong kino-consume ninyo together with coffee?
Sugar.
Bread.
Sugar,
milk.
bread, milk,
Crackers.
crackers. Okay. So these are products that you consume together. Anong mangyayari if, for example, tumaas ang presyo ng bread, naging triple. So it increased the price of one, will lead to the decrease in the demand of the other. Will that decrease the demand of the other? Or let's say, for example, Diba sabi nyo sa kape, nilalagay nyo ng asukal. So, you consume both together, right? O kung nagtaas naman ang presyo ng asukal, magdi-decrease yung demand ng
Ng
kape.
kape.
Sabi mo,
Kape.
ay, hindi na lang ako magkakape.
Huwag ka na lang mag-sugar
O, huwag ka na lang mag-sugar. Di pwede mo lang
to
kape,
be
no?
healthy.
Huwag na lang mag-sugar. Kasi magkakaroon ng decrease in the demand of the other. Kasi hindi na lang magti-take, di ba? Kasi nga, tumaas na yung presyo ng isa. So, it's either you don't take your coffee, okay? Either you don't take your coffee, or you just take the other substitute. Okay? So, pero pag sa complementary goods, pag tumaas yung presyo ng isa, magkakaroon ka ng demand of the other. Kumbaga, pwede mo nang i-cancel yung isa. Halimbawa, kanina doon sa bread at saka sa kape. Pag tumaas ng triple yung bread, hindi ka na
Magbe-bread.
hindi ka na magbe-bread,
Magbe-bread.
magkakape na lang. So, there's a decrease in the demand of the other. Okay? So, ika-cancel mo na yung isa kasi nga, hindi ka na magdi-demand kasi mahal. Okay? So, magkakape na lang. Wala nang partner, no? Na
The bread.
tinapay. Oh. Okay. Right. So, any questions on the substitution and complementary theory? I hope that's clear. Okay. So, since we're talking about the prices, okay, we have to talk about the law of supply and demand. Sorry, excuse me. Which still basically under the substitution and complementary theories. So, we have the law of supply. So, anong mapapansin nyo sa law of supply muna tayo? Sa law of supply, anong napapansin nyo dyan?
When the
Increase
supply
The
Increasing.
price
increases,
increases,
demand
the demand
Demand
decreases.
Decrease.
No, we are talking about supply. Sa law of supply na graph muna tayo. Dito muna tayo
Okay.
sa law of supply muna tayo, mga
The
kabs.
price increases and the quantity
Quantities.
Okay.
is
So habang
Prices,
tumataas yung price,
The quantity
yung
will
Dumadami
quantity
is
din yung
getting less.
demanded. Okay, ibig sabihin ikaw si businessman, pag maraming bumibili, tataasan mo naman yung presyo. Parang Valentine's Day yan, di ba? Oh, daming bumibili ng flowers. Anong ginagawa nila sa
Valentine's
presyo?
Day.
Yes.
Anong ginagawa nila sa presyo ng flowers?
Valentine's
Getting
Day.
high.
Bonggang-bongga naman yung presyo. So yan, pag mataas yung demand, madaming bumibili, tataasan din ng
Yan ko.
businessman
Ang
yung
price.
supply tsaka
Right.
price. Okay?
Mm.
So tataas din yung supply nila sa quantity demanded, tataasan din nila yung presyo. Okay?
Mm.
Sa supply yan. So we are talking only about the supply here. So makafocus lang din kayo muna sa supply at saka yung effect ng price. Okay?
Mm.
I hope that's clear.
Mhm.
Right.
Yes.
O dito naman tayo sa law of demand.
Demand.
Okay, dito naman, kalimutan nyo na muna si supply.
When
Let's
the
just
price is
focus.
high,
Okay, usapan na lang muna natin is yung price at saka yung quantity demanded. Okay? So, pag mataas ang presyo, anong nangyayari sa demand?
Bumababa.
less ang demand.
Mababa quality.
Bumababa. Kasi nga, mahal. Diba? But at a certain period, sabi ko nga kanina, in economics, it will
Will go.
fix itself. So, halimbawa, February 14, sobrang taas ng presyo, kinabukasan,
Bababa ang
bababa
price.
na yung
Bababa.
demand. Bababa
Yeah.
na yung demand kahit mataas pa rin yung presyo mo. Kasi nga, it will fix itself. Okay? So ngayon sa law of demand, the normal is that if the price is high,
The less
mas
quantity.
kokonti yung bibili. Pero kung may situations like events like halimbawa Valentine's Day, the law of supply will tell you the other way around. Tama?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I hope that's clear. Ngayon, pagsasamahin nila yung dalawa later. So, simply, the law of supply says that if the price is high, the supply is also high.
High.
Wala mo nang presyo-presyo dyan. Kaya huwag nyo na lang isipin yung presyo para hindi kayo mahilo. Got it? So, basta pag supply yung pinag-usapan, pag mataas yung presyo, tataasan ko rin yung supply para mas maraming kita. You got it?
Yes.
Oo, ganun yon. Okay, pero sa law of demand, it says that kapag mataas yung
It's
price,
opposite.
syempre, eto na,
Mababa yung demand.
Mababa ang
mababa na
demand.
yung demand. Pag mababa yung price,
Mataas yung
Mataas
demand.
yung
mataas yung
demand.
Demand.
Oo.
It's
So may
opposite.
mga timing yan kung kailan mo maiintindihan yung loss na ito. Ngayon, pag kukumbine nila yan, it's called now the
Equilibrium.
Equilibrium.
They call it now the law of supply
Balance.
and demand. Pinag-combine nila yan. Kita nyo, nag-combine yung dalawa. Tapos, there will be an intersection which is called the equilibrium. Ano ibig sabihin yan?
Balance.
Balance.
Demand matches supply.
Ano yung
Demand matches
balance?
supplies.
Multiplier.
Acceptable to
Accept
buyers
the
and sellers.
buyers and sellers.
Okay, so halimbawa tapos na yung Valentine's Day. So hindi na yan sila bibili pagka $4 pa rin yung flowers.
So marami ng sale discount.
Oo. So ngayon, February 15 na. So ngayon, kailangan na nilang magbaba ng price para bibili yung customers, di ba? So at that certain point, gusto nila lang magbayad at $2.5. So ngayon, magbibigay lang din sila ng equivalent supply ng demand. For example, may ini-expect kayo na 10 na bibili. So, saktong 10 din yung nakalagay sa display. So, that's called the equilibrium. Okay? The supply matches the demand. Kasi pag maraming halimbawa nung COVID, walang mabiling onions. Hindi ko alam anong nangyari. Bakit naubos yung onions? Okay, so nagkaroon ng mas maraming demand kaysa sa supply. So there's no equilibrium. You got it? So kapag yung supply ninyo ay equal siya with the supply at an acceptable price, yan, match kumbaga lahat. Yung presyo na gusto ng buyer tsaka ng seller plus yung supply and demand are matching, that's called the equilibrium. Okay? So basically, pinag-combine mo yung law of supply and demand and so you have that equilibrium. Okay. So I hope naintindihan natin. Okay, why do we want to have all this information? Because it's part of understanding the customers. Okay? It's part of understanding the customers, yung kanilang behavior, what affects their decisions, which could either be the elements like motivation, learning, memory, and perception. Or pwede rin siguro ng mga theories that we have discussed previously, 4 din yon. I hope you still remember.
Yeah.
Marami rin masyadong ang maaalala. Okay, anyway, pag nag-quiz kayo, naka-open naman ang notes nyo, di ba? Ang problema na lang is kung naintindihan nyo or hindi. Alright, so according again to the research of Bain and Company, yung mga companies that do segmentation. So, you have to also suggest this to your client if they are not so knowledgeable. Kasi may maraming mga customers na ayaw nila, ay mga client na they wanted to run a business and they don't want to do the thinking. So, mag-hire sila ng VA to do the work for them. Okay? So, you can make a suggestion. Since you are not the decision maker of the company, you will just make a suggestion. Then you might as well say, perhaps you can make a segmentation of our clients, of our customers. Okay? Kasi daw, sabi ni Bain and Company, according to their research, companies who give segmentation strategies or apply segmentation strategies, they achieve up to 10% higher revenue. Yung sinisegregate mo yung mga customers mo accordingly to a particular category, sila yung mas may 10% higher revenue. So, the very basic example that I could give here is, for example, ikaw ay nagbebenta ng gatas, you cannot sell baby milk doon sa nag-gym. Diba? Or you cannot sell the milk for aged people doon sa bata and vice versa. So you have to give the needs of your customers according to their preference. Not only that, according to their need. Okay? And certain characteristics. And that's called segmentation. Okay? So we have different models to follow in segmenting our customers. You can segregate them according to demographics. Okay? Pwede nyo rin silang i-segregate according to psychographics, behavior, at saka value-based. Okay? So, pag sinabing demographic, alam na natin yon. You can separate them according to age, gender, automatic na yun. Yung pinaka-first thing that we do, we segregate them according to age, gender, income, kasi yung spending capacity is there, education, as well as occupation. Okay, so yan ang demographics, yung pinaka-basic information. And then we can also segregate or group our customers according to their psychographics. Ano bang nasa psychographics? Yung personality traits nila. Is this customer following a healthy lifestyle? Is this customer having this type of values, attitudes, and lifestyle, VALs. Okay? Kaya tinawag na VALs, values, attitudes, and lifestyles. These are under psychographic segmentation. So, most of the time, kapag nagsha-shopping kayo, bibigyan kayo ng mga questions. At the end, would you like to take the survey? Tapos pag nag-yes kayo, may tatanungin sa inyo about your preference as well as your psychographics. Okay? So, tinatanong nyo kasi they wanted to give what you want. Okay, na for example, nag-share-in kayo or nagsha-shopping kayo online, pag nakikita nila na you're always adding up items na related to a certain thing, yun ang lahat na lalabas din sa feed mo. Same thing with our social media, di ba? Pag lagi ka
Yes.
nagpa-follow ng
Yes
artista,
po.
lahat din ng lalabas sa feed mo, puro mga artist ka. Okay? So, ako mahilig ako sa history. So, pag nagkiklik ako, naglalike ako ng mga post na about history, sobrang dami na naman yan susunod the next day. Okay? Yan. So, behavioral naman tayo. Sa behavioral, it's not actually the behavior na sinasabi natin na mabait or matulungin. It's not that it, okay? Pag sinabing behavioral segmentation in customer management, it talks about the usage rate. Gaano ba kadalas bumibili itong customer sa inyo? Okay? Loyal ba itong customer na to? Okay? Kailan ba siya bumibili sa inyo? And is this customer going to buy according to benefits? Yan. So behavioral segmentations will talk about the products and services in relation to the usage of your customer, the brand loyalty, purchase occasion, at saka yung mga benefits that are directly related to the customer spending and buying. Okay, so we have demographics, psychographics. The psychographics are more on the values, attitudes, and lifestyle. Dito sa behavioral is more on the usage rate. Ilan ba ang binibili niya? Gaano ba siya kadalas bumili? Okay? Kung frequent buyer siya, you have to put it together with frequent buyer. So you can give them some offers. Kasi kung alam mo hindi siya frequent buyer, kahit gaano ka pa magbigay ng promotion, hindi yan siya kakagat kasi hindi naman siya frequent buyer. 'Di ba? So you should give it to the frequent buyer yung mga yung mga ads, right? Next, value-based segmentation. Ito basically they would call this one the customers who are that lesser portion of the population, sila yung nagbibigay ng higher revenue. Kaya tinawag nating Pareto principle, which you also have discussed previously. But in this case, ang sinasabi dito is that 20% of your customers will generate 80% of the revenue. Okay? So ito yung potential economic value na ibibigay ng customer. So kailangan mong malaman kung sino ba yung 20%. So who are the 20%? How will you know if this customer is included in the 20%? Paano mo malalaman na si customer ay loyal customer? And why do you want to know if this customer is loyal? Bakit dapat alam natin na loyal itong customer na to?
So we can
Wala
give
We can give what?
ma'am, parang complimentary or so
Yeah.
you will feel
Yes.
valued.
That's right. Kasi nga, sila yung magbibigay ng 80% ng revenue. So, kailangan, i-VIP nyo yan silang mga loyal customers. Okay? Now, if you book a flight pauwi ng Pinas halimbawa or somewhere else, mag-aano kayo, pag nag-book kayo ng business class, is there a difference? Meron bang difference dun sa nag-book ng economy?
Yes.
Yes.
What is the difference or what are the differences?
The
The
service.
comfort, the
service.
service.
Ano pa?
The
Nothing.
convenience.
Treated, VIP guys.
Ba't
You
hindi
are
nyo
very,
sinabi
very
yung
important.
price?
And the price, yes.
Okay. So,
Yes.
sila yung mas maraming binabayad. Kaya yan sila mga VIP. Okay. So, ngayon, they take care so much of this customer who pays a lot kasi they give lots of revenue. So, sila yung nabibigyan ng services, support, kasi nga, they are the 20% of customers. Okay? Yan. So, they give a potential economic value to the business. So, kung sila yung mga customer na yan, alagaan natin yung mga loyal customer kasi mahirap bilhin ang loyalty. Okay?
Yeah, true.
Yes, okay. Sige, question and answer muna tayo. Which of the following characteristics is most directly associated with demographic segmentation? Demographics.
Income and
Demographics,
education.
age, income, and education.
Education. Okay,
Okay, number
demographic.
2, according to the research of Nielsen, why is demographic segmentation still widely used by marketers? Bakit kailangan pa rin nating i-segregate ang customers according to their age, income, education? Bakit daw? Aside
It-
from,
It guarantees highly
The-
personalized
Highly
marketing.
personalized marketing.
Easy to implement and
Easy to
common.
implement and commonly used for
Advantages.
initial segmentation.
O, di ba sabi natin, yung unang ginagawa natin is look at their age, income. So, initial yan. Yan ang initial. So, ang sagot dyan is B. At saka easy to implement kasi nandyan na agad din. Hindi mo na kailangan basically, kahit tinitignan mo nga lang yung tao, alam mo na halos yung age bracket, di ba? So, it's easy to implement as well. At saka commonly used, di ba? So, ginagamit pa rin ng demographics. Okay, how about psychographics? Dito sa psychographics, anong meron? Sabi ko kanina, it included what?
Vals.
Valves.
Values,
D.
attitudes, and lifestyle.
Okay, very good. Number 4, according to the Journal of Consumer Research, psychographic segmentation is valuable. Ito namang psychographic, bakit naman siya valuable? Kanina dun sa demographic, we know it's valuable kasi it's easy to implement at saka initial, talaga yan. Ito namang psychographic, the values, the attitudes, and lifestyle. Bakit kailangan natin consider yung vals ng customer?
It predicts
Siyempre, hindi siya letter B.
Predicts purchasing behavior more accurately.
demographics.
Demographic alone.
Letter A.
Sagot ay letter A. Predicts purchasing behavior more accurately than demographics. Kasi pag alam mo yung age, at saka income, at saka education, you might not as well know their values, their attitudes, and their lifestyle. Pero sa psychographics, yun ang kinocover. So you would more know their behavior when it comes to purchasing. Diba? Okay. Number 5, behavioral segmentation naman. Pag behavioral segmentation, sabi ko hindi yan about kindness or happiness or approachability. Ano yan?
Letter D, ma'am.
Letter D.
Action.
Usage rate, purchase behavior.
Yes, usage rate tsaka purchase behavior. Okay, mukhang mapaperfect na ang quiz. Okay, the Pareto principle, okay, is, ano sabi sa Pareto principle?
Letter D,
Letter
ma'am.
D.
For
20%
Letter D.
customers
Customers
generate
generate
20%
20% of revenue.
revenue.
Okay, so ano yung naaalala nyo sa 2080, 80-20 rule? Bakit ba 80-20 nilagay ko dyan? Dapat 20-80. Sorry ha. Ngayon ko lang napansin. Ano ba yan? 80-20. Okay, the answer is D. Okay. Parang binigay ko tuloy yung sagot, no? 80-20. Dapat hindi ko palagay na. Tama ba?
Tama lang po. Tama lang po, ma'am.
Sakto lang.
Oo.
Okay, so magki-quiz tayo ngayon at since hindi nag-coconnect ka aking server kaya hindi ako maka-upload ng anything sa portal, isi-send ko na lang muna yung link sa group chat. Please take the quiz and please don't forget to write your name sa sa leaderboard. Okay. So you can open your notes pero may timer to. So importante pa rin na naintindihan ninyo yung lesson.
Knowledge.
May questions ba before I give the link? Meron ba kayong hindi naintindihan ng portion? Parang wala naman. Okay. Sige. Good luck sa inyong quiz. Check nyo lang sa group chat, ha?
Okay po.
Yung link.
Okay po.
Yes, ma'am.
Pag umulit kayo, nakikita ko din, ha? So, alam ko ilang try kayo nag-try dyan. Nakikita ko din. So, kung ano yung first try nyo, yun ang nire-record ko.